If you saw a crime or were the victim of one, how well would you remember what you saw?
Eyewitness accounts are crucial in crime fighting, but their reliability is often in question. In fact, the Innocence Project says eyewitness misidentification is the single greatest factor in wrongful convictions.
KXLY4's Tori Brunetti joins us now. And Tori, you spent some time with investigators to talk about what it takes to be a good witness.
Yeah, investigators say a lot of people either don't react well in those intense situations or they simply don't know what to look for. So we put a group of college students to the test to see what they would remember in an intense situation. If you want to grab a piece of paper and a pencil, you can test out your own witness skills. And David and Robin are not off the hook. I have pens and paper for them too. Let's see how everyone does.
You know, do our best to contain the area and catch this guy before somebody gets hurt.
In 2003, a serial thief known as the Bandana Bandit tormented the Spokane area.
Walked up to the counter, pulled out the gun and stuck it in her face and said, "I'm not messing around, give me the money." Investigators
had countless people who claimed to witness these crimes. People who said they got a good look at him.
We did have information that an individual at least saw him prior to him covering up his face.
But did they? Major Scott Stevens investigated the Bandana Bandit case. He says what people think they see and what actually happened can often be very different.
But a lot of the time, people will run information through their own life experiences and then put a perspective on it that may not be completely reflective of what's going on.
For example, this is a sketch created from witness descriptions of the Bandana Bandit, and this is his mugshot. Take a close look at his facial structures, the shape of his nose, his ears. It's those details that investigators say are the most helpful in IDing a suspect.
See if there's anything that makes them unique, if they have unusual mannerisms or strange or unique speech patterns.
We put a group of college students to the test. Helping us is former Spokane County Sheriff and current EWU criminal justice professor John Goldman. Playing the role of our bad guy is EWU police cadet Cale Hammond. And our victims in this scenario are a group of unsuspecting college students. They will be interviewed by EWU police detective Quincy Burns. 10 minutes after class starts.
Hey, John, we need to talk about this. No, we don't have time. No. We're going to take care of this.
All right, stop. What did you just see? What did the person look like who walked into the room? What did he say? Detectives say one of the best things someone who has just witnessed a crime can do is to take a little bit of time and write down what they saw.
You're going to regret this.
After the students in Professor Goldman's class took a few seconds to calm down, we told them this was just a test, and I had them take some notes of their own.
These are the descriptions the kids in the class gave me. Keep in mind they're juniors and seniors majoring in criminal science and criminal justice. Their entire focus was at the front of the class, and even they didn't get it all right.
Maybe 5'8". He looked like he was about 6'3".
Approximately 6 feet tall.
Cale is 5'10", and in all fairness, height is difficult to judge. Let's see how they did on what he was wearing.
He had, I believe, black sweatpants and a black sweatshirt with a white t-shirt underneath.
I believe the man was wearing a black cap, a black coat, a sweater, and jeans.
He was wearing a black hooded sweatshirt. I think it was Under Armour brand. I couldn't see from the way he was standing if it was or not. He had a black wool cap on with the Eagles logo on it, blue jeans, and dark shoes.
Skylar hit the nail on the head. Cale had on a black hooded sweatshirt, black hat with an Eagles logo, and jeans. But what most of them missed was a crucial piece of information given up, not in what Cale looked like, but in what he said.
Came in here very distraught, mentioned that he was going to fail the class.
He said, "You'll be sorry. I will find you."
He seemed very upset about a grade that Goldman had given him.
All that is true, but it's this statement that could have really helped Detective Burns.
I was just down talking to your secretary.
He made reference that he had just come from the professor's secretary. So now that narrows things down to our scope of our search. If we don't catch him right outside on the campus, immediately we can go back and talk to that secretary.
Overall, Detective Burns said this class did a good job, and if this were a real crime, they would have had a good place to start. But as the old saying goes, the devil is in the details.
Pay attention to things that are uniqueness to that suspect, that they just can't disregard, shed, or change easily.
Hair color, length, and clothing can all be changed, but tattoos, scars, facial structure, even things like a limp, accents, or posture are more permanent. In our fake situation, it was something small Cale mentioned that would have most likely helped detectives find him. In the case of the Bandana Bandit, it was surveillance video taken from a string of robberies in Oregon that led to his arrest in Spokane County. Detectives gathered all their witness statements and found similarities that matched with robberies in Oregon.
It does make the detective's job somewhat of a challenge, filtering through all that information and trying to determine what's accurate and what's not.
All right, I know that was quick and I kind of put you guys on the spot, but you think you're pretty good witnesses?
Generally, I would have got the cap, wearing dark sweatshirt of some kind. I thought maybe throwing the paper out in which direction he went, but
right.
That was hard. That was really tricky. And it went really quick. I know we had a little bit better of a chance because we kept seeing it replayed.
Right.
So I feel like the students probably, that was a whole different situation.
And if you witness a crime, it's going to go quick, and your adrenaline's going to kick in. If you're with your family, you might be, those survival instincts are going to kick in, so you're not going to key in really on those details. But detectives say it's really not the clothing. It's that is going to help them catch this person. It's those little things, the tattoos, the lips, the posture, accents that people kind of don't have a tendency to pay attention to.
Scar on the face, maybe had their posture.
Right.
I missed the whole part of the secretary. So I think I said something about you'll regret this. I missed that other part. So interesting.
Don't feel bad. They all were in the classroom, and most of them missed it too.
Great story though.
Very
really
good.
good us thinking. Thanks, Tori.